everyone, it's Becca again. I'm here with Lisa for
Hi.
411 on 911, and today we're going to be touching a little bit on the subject of mental illness. As a police department, we come into contact with many people who are affected by mental illness.
Yeah.
And sometimes people may not even know that it's an issue for them or a family member or something along those lines. So I think it's something that can be really easily stereotyped.
Sure.
And it's something that I would love to see people get away from.
Mm-hmm.
So what kinds of people or who does this affect?
Well, it really affects a lot of people, large by large, and I think that what needs to be understood is it's men, it's women, it's children, people of all different backgrounds. It could be doctors, it could be lawyers, business people. Anybody really can be affected by mental illness.
Your next door neighbor, your coworker.
Exactly.
What is the best course of action if I, as a citizen, come across somebody I think may be affected by mental illness? Maybe not necessarily somebody I know, but there's, just somebody outside of Starbucks that I feel might need help.
That's a good question, and it really depends. I mean, if there's someone just standing there talking to themselves, it could be a little uncomfortable for people that are passing by, and you might feel that maybe somebody should just check in on them and see if they're okay. Yeah. And then you'd want to probably call the non-emergency number because they're not in danger. They're not putting themselves or somebody else in danger.
But at that point, we can still send somebody out to maybe get them resources or see if they are okay.
Check on them, make sure that they're, doing all right, don't need any water or something of that nature. Obviously, if you see somebody running into the street or acting very erratic, a lot of times they could be physically or verbally aggressive with people. That's probably going to be a situation where you'll call us on 911, let us know, because at that point you don't know, maybe they could be endangering themselves, maybe they could potentially endanger somebody else, and then we're going to want to take the course of action to get somebody out there a little bit quicker to make sure they don't harm themselves, most importantly, but don't harm anybody else.
Okay, so basically it's kind of what we've been saying all along. It depends on the situation.
Absolutely.
But it's just like any other person that you meet on the street. If you came walking towards me with a knife tomorrow, I'm going to call 911.
Absolutely.
But, it doesn't matter really who you are. It's just based on what is going on in the situation.
Absolutely.
What if it's my mom or my dad or my brother or their sister, family, friends who just aren't quite themselves? And I'm not quite sure what's going on, but I don't know how to handle the situation. We're at home or somewhere, personal, where I may not necessarily feel comfortable or feel like I need to call the police, but I need some kind of help.
Yeah, in that case, definitely what you want to do is take the mindset of being calm as possible. Sometimes it's hard, especially when it's a loved one and you get a little bit amped and they're a little bit amped, but if you could be calm, definitely get on their level, be more empathetic towards what they're going through. Definitely don't make them feel threatened. Be very non-threatening. It's the same thing that we do when a person is seeking help and calling us at the same time. They might be really high up there and you just kind of need to help them get down to a more common level so that you can help them and so that when officers get out there, they can also help them as well.
Because it can be a really scary place to be.
Absolutely.
So I'm sure anything that they feel is resistance, or if you don't believe them or something along those lines, it could escalate. So I think you're definitely right. That calm, non-threatening, empathetic.
Don't want to
really
patronize them, but get on the same level to let them know that you're there to help and understand and know that something's going on and they need some assistance.
What about resources for this kind of thing? Like if the police come out and we are handling a situation, what kind of options are we going to offer? Because obviously police officers aren't licensed psychologists.
Right.
They do the best they can. They do have some training, but they can't diagnose people most of the time, and they're not going to be able to fix these people. So where is the help for anybody with mental illness?
There's lots and lots of resources out there, actually. Just a few right off the top is that the veterans clinics have great resources for their veterans, including crisis lines, for them to be able to reach out and talk to somebody that's going possibly through similar things that they're going through. One of the big ones is also the National Alliance on Mental Illness, or NAMI. That's a great resource for citizens. You don't have to call the police first. You could always call them too.
They also offer help for families too,
Yes.
right? And
Mhm.
loved ones. So telling you what to expect,
Right.
how to handle certain situations, you know, how to be prepared for what might be coming forward.
Absolutely.
So they're almost an all-encompassing
Yes.
kind of a thing, right?
Absolutely. And then locally through the Sacramento County Mental Health, we have the community support team that they work closely with the citizens and helping to get the help to those people that are out there
Okay.
suffering.
Perfect. And we will list all of these with phone numbers and or web addresses, everything at the end of this. I think basically the biggest thing for people to remember is, you know, it's just like, you know, your neighbor across the street when it comes to, you know, yeah, you may be a little bit uncomfortable with what they're doing,
Right.
but just use your best discretion. And if it's a 911 situation and somebody's in trouble, you can call us on 911. But otherwise, we're going to send officers out and just try and help people the best that we can.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, if you guys have any questions, any comments, obviously put them down in the comments section as always, and we will do our best to get back to you. And we will see you next week.